Coach, there was a distinct lack of players on the injury report heading into tonight's game. How do you feel the team is kind of ramping up physically heading into this final stretch?
Yeah, well, knock on wood, okay. Obviously, it's our health is critical to our success when we're all healthy. We know what we're capable of. So obviously, Jamal's the guy that we got to keep an eye on every day, making sure he's in a good place. But this time of the year, no one's healthy. It's just are you able to go out there and play your game? And right now, obviously, we have a bunch of guys that are able to do that.
What are you seeing from Jusuf, Nurkic, from his time here to where he is now? He's, like all players, have gotten better. What do you see from him on tape? Kind of shows where he's gotten as a player.
Well, obviously, he's coming off of a historic game, 31 rebounds in 32 minutes, and 13 of those on the offensive end. That's just incredible. But for me, I just think that more importantly than what I see as a player, I think he's just really matured and grown up and has gotten to be very comfortable in his own skin, and I'm so happy for him for that. Obviously, he left here, got traded to Portland, now he's in Phoenix. Wish him well, his family well, getting married. But I just see I see Yuka as a guy that's just really kind of grown up, matured, and is very happy with where he's at, not just professionally, but also with who he is as a person, and for him and his family. We know what he can do offensively. He can score in the post. He can step out and shoot a three. He's very, very effective in the pocket to score or to make plays for others. Defensively, he's a rim protector. He's a physical guy. And I mentioned the rebounding. Obviously, he's elite in that area. So he's a guy that continues to get better and better. And that's what you want to see from players, that they never hit that ceiling. They find new areas to improve upon.
Coach, how do you look at the chunks of the season? Do you look at things like in this 4-game homestand as its own thing, or do you look at things in just game to game or bigger than just 4 games?
Yeah, I mean, it's always tough to look at the season as just 82 games. And I think most importantly, it's always one game at a time for us. But there are times when we will break it up into 5-game increments, road trip increments, homestand increments, just so we can focus on a smaller batch of games, as opposed to saying 21 games to go, one game at a time. So we kind of take it as it comes throughout the season and give our guys different goals within that. But most importantly, coming out of the break, we have 27 games to go, and we have to make sure we hit the ground running, and I think we've done that at a very high level. 6 games out of the break, I think number 4 defense in the NBA, number 2 offense in the NBA, and things are clicking. And tonight will be a hell of a challenge against a team that has just a tremendous amount of talent. Unfortunately, they have not played a lot together because of all the injuries that they've had. But we know what Phoenix is capable of.
Scoring weight.
You had high praise for Justin after that Laker game, after going back and watching the film, and now looking forward and projecting him forward. Do you see even more opportunities and maybe different spots for Justin?
Yeah, the great thing about Justin is that he is a guy that is always ready. And he's shown that throughout the entirety of the season. Whether he starts, whether he comes off the bench, whether he's out of the rotation, whether there's an injury, there is foul trouble, you call upon Justin Holiday. He's ready to go out there and play his game and do it at a very high level. He's proven to be very trustworthy. He's got tremendous discipline. He can make open shots. Very good defender, uses his size and length and all of his years of experience to his advantage. So, each game is different, and we'll see what happens tonight.
Scoring's way down since the All-Star break, and there's been some data that shows that fouls are way down on drives. I talked to Chris Finch at All-Star, and he said that the coaches had kind of started talking about, with the association, with the competition committee, about maybe not changing the rules, but reinterpretation of the rules to allow a little more contact. Are you seeing that? Are you happy with that approach as somebody that cares about defense?
I don't see it because we never get foul calls. So I don't really see it as like I haven't noticed the difference. So I can't really speak to something that Chris Finch talked about. I do know that the league and Joe Dumars, especially former player, they're doing their due diligence to find, okay, the scoring is getting a little bit out of control. How much do we want to kind of bring it back to allowing the defense to have more of a chance? Because if you look at the last 20 years, most of the rules that have been implemented have been to favor the offense. And we all understand why. This is a business. and you want to keep viewership. You want to keep people coming to the games to see the best players in the world play the game at the highest level. But I think it's always it's great to have that continued discourse to see, okay, where is the game at? Where is it going? And are we comfortable with that? And I think those discussions are ongoing.
Coach, how much can you draw from your last meeting with Phoenix, considering it was way back in the summer?
Yeah, I mean, that was a long time ago. Bradley Beal didn't play. Devin Booker didn't play. Jamal Murray didn't play. So it was so long ago, not much. The one thing I can take from it is we can't let Kevin Durant go to the foul line 13 times, which he got there 13, and made all 13. And they, as a team, got there 26 times. And that is something they do all year long. They're top 3 in free throw attempts on the season. Last 5, they're number 1, getting there 28 times a game. So that is something that we can take from that game. But aside from that, they're a different team. We're a different team, and obviously it's a different time of the year.
Obviously, Coach, no Devin Booker tonight. How does that affect maybe how they're going to run their offense, who's initiating things, and does it change anything for your guys' coverage?
Well, luckily for them, they have a guy named Bradley Beal. I mean, so, hey, Devin Booker's out, Grayson Allen, Bradley Beal, Royce O'Neal, Kevin Durant, Jusuf Nurkic off the bench, Eric Gordon, Bol, Drew Eubanks, Saban Lee. So, yeah, Devin Booker is a hell of a player, but, you know, they have 2 guys in Bradley Beal and Kevin Durant that can have huge scoring nights if you allow them to have that kind of a night. So we have to make sure that we've been defending at a high level, that we try to get defense into the game early.
One more? All right, thank you, Coach.
Thanks, everybody.